This would be great if it wasn't on fucking fire. The fire smoke is getting a little worse today. Like I can't even, there's a mountain over there. I don't even know if you could see it. I can barely see it. I'm in the middle of Montana, about an hour before I turn south. But yeah, this is not good. You know, I can smell the fire. Shit. Decided to pull off. There's just so much. Like I could spend a month here and not do everything. But this is just a pull off on my way to Yellowstone. Just nature at its finest. You don't even have to go in the park, to be honest. If they don't let me in, there's plenty to see out here. Plenty of trailheads, plenty of hiking. Beautiful mountains, bears mauling people to death. But seriously, that's a warning for the campsite I'm going to stay at. Somebody got mauled by a bear. Yeah, if you're going to go, might as well go properly and shit. But smoky haze, I don't think I'm gonna escape it this whole fucking time. Pretty sure the smoke is here to stay. It's pretty fucking amazing. There's no place like it on Earth, I don't feel like. This is my second time here and I'm just in awe, even though I can only see 20% of it. There's just and there's plenty of camping areas. You know, there's trailheads, there's campgrounds that are $20 right off the road, and then there's national forest shit. I'm sure if you pulled over somewhere, no one's gonna fuck with you for the most part, as long as you're not all obvious about it. For us stealthy motherfuckers, for you RVers and van lifers, you probably gotta find a campsite. But just a car parked somewhere, no one pays it any mind. That's why I chose the Prius. Still no sign of rain. I would love, because I think if it rained, then some of this haze would go away. And maybe to put out some fires. I don't know that there's any fires nearby, so we shall see. I'm gonna keep on trucking, so to speak, and I'm gonna go into West Yellowstone, have me a non-keto dinner probably, 'cause I don't feel like cooking today, and I don't want to be like bear bait when I camp, so I'm not gonna cook there, obviously. And then I'll probably fast tomorrow when I go into the park. But I actually wish I had a whole month here. Gonna be off the grid for sure. There's only 2 internet spots. I've already passed through one of them. I think the other one's West Yellowstone, the town. Once I'm in the park, there's no internet. And I'm pretty sure the campsite I'm going to tonight has no internet. So, we'll see. Looks like I'll be making music, you know, and living the dream. Being off the grid. It means I can't watch all this fucking political fear, fucking Delta shithole fucking crap anywhere. Fuck it. Yeah, run out to the woods. That's what they say, right? I looked on freecampsites.net for a free campsite, and this is where it sent me. And so shit's gonna get real. I still have cell signal though, so how bad could it get, you know? I've already seen what looks like large piles of shit in the road, so I'm hoping it's horse shit, but it might be bear shit. One of the reviews for this site says that somebody got mauled by a bear here, so there's very friendly bears here apparently, so there's that. But hey, it's free. The things I do for free shit, you know. Hopefully no trees fall on my shit. I am a little worried about that, but supposedly there's 5 campsites, and hopefully there's a place. If not, I'm gonna do a trailhead somewhere in stealth, but I'd like to be able to just stretch my feet and not worry too much and shit. Oh shit. Food storage required. So, does it count keeping it in your car? I won't be cooking here. I'll just put it that way. No fire, no barbecue, but you can cook on an electric stove or a little propane thingy probably. Not that I would do that here. I already ate. I had me some fucking chicken wings at the Buffalo Bar in West Yellowstone. I don't recommend it. It wasn't keto. They battered the chicken wings, but I wasn't about to not eat it after they brought it. So there's that. And okay, it says to take the right fork here. I hope it's a good site. You know, I've been very fortunate so far on this trip to see a lot of cool shit. The weather's been fairly cooperative, though a little too fucking dry. And this road ain't too bad. I've been on a worse road with my Prius, so of course now that I said that. Let's see, maybe we'll see a fucking bear up close as he's putting his paws on my fucking Prius, telling me, hey, this is my house. What are you doing in my house? Give me food, bitch. It's pretty cool. And there's a fucking deer. Maybe it's deer shit I've been seeing. Don't run into my car, bro. That's right. You go up there. I'll go over here. We mind our business. I definitely need to get my bear spray handy. He's like, hey, how you doing? No fires. Maintain a clean fucking camp. Must be occupied every night. I'm still here. Don't burn shit in the fire ring. Can't have a fire anyway. There's a burn ban. 16-day limit. Violations punishable by death. Don't leave shit outside because the bears. All attractants, when unattended, must be stored inside hard-sided vehicle. Or a bear is okay, I'm good. All my shit's in my vehicle. Scary shit. Be alert and carry bear spray. My fucking bear spray out. And shit. Maybe my tomahawk while I'm at it. So, I'm in the wilderness. That's a plane. And I'm already hearing shit rustling around in the fucking woods. So there's that. I have my bear spray. And just in case the bear spray doesn't work, I know some of you are like, where's your firearm and shit? Well, there's so many ways for that to go wrong that I kind of am not interested in carrying one out here. Although it might be the difference between life and death someday, so does wearing a mask. So, I think there is someone else camping here. Yeah, there's another vehicle over there. So I'm not alone here. And shit. Yeah, this'll do. 14 days here. Nobody's here. I think nobody's here because it's a weekday tomorrow. Everyone went home. So it's just me and one other person, looks like. And shit. There was like complaints that there were a lot of people, but I think it's just on the weekends they get that. Shit. Oh well, hopefully I don't bother my neighbors and they don't bother me. And shit. I got a neighbor. At least that means there's no mountain lions here. He wouldn't be here if there was. Or wolves. He doesn't seem to give a fuck that I'm here. And I'm not exactly quiet. I'd rather scare him and the bears off. Well, it's not a him. It's a her. Shows you what I fucking know. Deer's not leaving. It's not like I'm quiet. Wonder how close I'll get before he says fuck off, or she says fuck off. Leave it to me to get killed by a deer. So freecampsites.net for the win. I think this is going to be a good spot. Some people on four-wheelers did go by, locals, I assume. Or maybe they're just RVers that have that kind of shit. I wonder how many other visitors I'm going to get at my campsite tonight. But 16 days you can stay here. It's literally like 15 minutes from West Yellowstone and the gate. So there's go through all the coof bullshit and do a reservation and all that other shit and pay $20 to $30 a night, or drive for a half hour, 45 minutes to get out of the park, or an hour tops. Depends on how deep you go, and then stay here for free. And the clock resets, I think. I don't know. I think the clock resets when you leave. So I could just play musical campsites. But I'm sure if the forest rangers drop by and see my Prius for more than 16 days, they might say something. Not that I'm going to be here 16 days. I got to be back home at some point. But this is definitely... this trip just keeps getting... I haven't had a shitty day yet. Now that I said that, but I literally haven't had a shitty day. It's even clearer here. There's less smoky haze. It's a little bit, but it's not as bad because I think the canopy is keeping a lot of it out. I mean, it's still hazy way up there and shit. Got the sound of the stream all night. So yeah, this is not my first time using freecampsites.net. Oh, the bugs are here, are real. This is the real wilderness. I don't know if I have cell signal or not. I left my phone somewhere. Where the hell did I leave my phone? I still wouldn't feel comfortable cooking here, I don't think. I don't want to tempt the bears. I mean, if I had to, I could, I guess, but why? When I can literally just go down the road, pull into a pull-off somewhere or a trailhead, cook my meal. You know, or if I really want to do, I could just go to the restaurant. It's literally like 15 minutes down the road. All right, I'm going to spend the night. I'll let you know how it goes. And then tomorrow we explore Yellowstone and shit. I'm excited. And it's also good to know I have a place to camp that's nice. Assuming it doesn't fill up at some point. Well, I made it. I'm in fucking Yellowstone. And last night I slept like a baby. It was pitch dark out there, and that was kind of good. Like, I didn't have to worry so much about window shades and covers. And I mean, yeah, somebody could come up with a flashlight. A couple other people showed up. A white van pulled up in my campsite, and well, not in my campsite, but near my campsite. And this chick got out of it, and in full view, just fucking dropped her pants, squatted, took a piss, wiped, like just standing up, like not even a fucking thing. And I was like, wow, I'm pretty sure if I did that, I'd go to jail for something. I don't know. But hey, van lifers, what can I say? But today I'm taking it easy. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm taking the northern part of the driving loop. I might squeeze off a day hike if I can. Apparently, they told me at the gate that they're open 24/7, you know, so I could stay here like late at night if I wanted. But you're not allowed to sleep in your car. She knew. She knew. I didn't ask about backpacking though. Like if I were to park at a trailhead and go out and find a camp with my backpack. So there's that. But it's getting chilly. It's chilly right now. I'm not worried. Like, I'm going to switch to my warmer hoodie pretty soon. As you can see, we still got smoky haze. Like, it's hazing that, and that's not that far away. So, yeah, the smoky haze is bullshit. But see what I can get into. I'm excited. This is fucking great. Like, I could just come here and chill during the day and go to the free campsite at night and, you know, enjoy myself a nice Yellowstone experience with zero, like, I'm buying gas and that's it, and food. Because I get in here for free with my military pass and, you know, the free camping. Assuming it's not crowded, but it shouldn't be during the week. I imagine a lot of weekenders come here and it'll be crowded then. But if not, I have other stealth ways. So, there's that. I'm currently fighting the temptation to do something stupid. The camera doesn't do these kind of angles justice. But, I mean, granted, there's a lot of trees between me and a fall of my death. But there's this big, it's called a caldera rim, and I knew when I pulled in that there's probably a view somewhere. I'm going to go down this trail a little bit. It's probably a bad life choice. But if I feel fucked, yeah, well, hopefully they find this video. So, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Because looking at this hill here, that's like one of those, I could probably get down it on my ass, but I wouldn't be able to get back up it, not easily. I don't have any ropes or anything. And I don't even have my backpack on, so But I can tell there's a view beyond these fucking trees. Oh well. There's other views that don't require me dying. So I'm gonna climb back up this little brief trail that I took. Sometimes the best things are off the beaten path. Even though I'm on a beaten path. This is pretty fucking cool. Pretty awesome. Everyone should do this. It'll change your perspective on life. It's like a mixture of you could fucking die with some of the most beautiful things you'll ever see in your life. You know, and the constant reminder that underneath you is miles upon miles of molten earth ready to burst forth and destroy North America and starve the rest of the world to death. There's a metaphorical fucking message here, you know, that sometimes the most beautiful things that you see can fucking destroy you. Look at me getting all philosophical just before I get eaten by a bear or charged by a bison or elk or eaten by a mountain lion, chased by a wolf, pack of wolves. Wolves by themselves won't fuck with you, but they'll surround you and they'll fucking get you. Unless you run, then a lone wolf will come after you. So we got overflow parking, and I gotta hike in just to get to the fucking parking lot for the Norris Basin. I think I liked it better when everyone was scared and stayed home. Hard to believe this is where the world's gonna end. You know, someday all of this will be a fiery pit of ash. We're about 100,000 years overdue. Definitely one of the most beautiful places I've been. And every time, you know, this is the second time here, and I just keep seeing new shit. So I'm glad I can take my time and enjoy it. It's definitely a dangerous place too, you know. Like right now, I'm in a seemingly safe area. But you never know. Like the earth could open up. Or I could fall through, like the ground here. One of the things they say to look out for is it might look solid, but it could be a thin fucking layer over the top of like a pool of fucking boiling water. I still walked out here though. And there's animal shit, of course. So, no bears or nothing though. Yet. I'm almost guaranteed to see a bear while I'm here. Especially since I'm going to the area where bears and wolves chill. It's one of my first destinations. See if I can get some video without dying. I'll be wearing my bear spray for that. This was just like a short off the highway deal. and I had to jump across that. That was fun. So anyways, next stop and shit. But I'm having a great time. The weather, you know, the sun isn't beaten. Last time I was here, the sun was beaten down. It was uncomfortably hot. It's almost not hoodie weather right now. And it's kind of a little cloudy. Just a little cloudy. Plus there's fire haze on top of that. So it's actually kind of pleasant. And it's not too windy. So I'm enjoying the weather here for sure. And shit. This is Painted Pots, bunch of thermal shit, the blood geyser, and a whole lot of screaming kids. So there's that. I did a side quest to find a bathroom. Saw a little itty bitty trail, and nobody's out here because, you know, most people follow all the rules. But you know, there's no thermal shit here, so I'm alright. I just had to pee and to talk to the camera a little bit. But I could follow this trail further and kind of do a side quest, but I think I'm gonna finish Painted Pots up. I mean, some of it's like the mud pit, very satisfying to watch. I don't know what it is about the bubbling mud, but I could watch that shit all fucking day. So, but I'm gonna go back to the proper trail and the proper boardwalk here. I just came here for a piss, really. You know, nature's bathroom.
To capture, to like.
Oh, I'm not. I don't work here.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm a vlogger.
Oh, nice.
goes again.
There you go. There's a little minor eruption for you. There you go. I'm telling you right now. Right now. This thing starts erupting. We're hanging out for a while. And I'm telling you right now, if you walk back to the parking lot and it starts going up, I'm running back here.
Okay.
And I recommend you come with me. So 1 off last the 8. Wow, so that was the longest interval right now. 3.
I'm back at the campsite. Same campsite as last night. Same exact spot. Different neighbors. There's like a dude on a motorcycle with a tent. I imagine a couple more will roll in by the end of the day. Try to get here around 6 o'clock because most people will stay out later because I can take my time and explore over the next couple days. So probably going to spend, I only got a couple of the attractions done today. I've hiked about 8 miles. And, it was starting to get annoying with the people a little bit, and it wasn't, it was annoying. First of all, we're about 25% mask ratio, which is fine. As long as you don't throw your fucking mask on the fucking ground or in the fucking geysers or in other fucking places I've seen the fucking things. Putting, if you're gonna be a sheeple, at least be a sheeple for the environment too and fucking pick up your shit. Your dirty ass mask. Clearly you're worried about the virus. Sorry. I got triggered. But there was overflow parking. They took it upon themselves to shut down one of the parking lots to do maintenance in the middle of the day. Seems like a shitty time to do it. You should do that at night, put some lights up. That way you're not causing a massive traffic jam. And then, of course, some elk were doing the elk shit by the side of the road, and we had a good half-hour traffic jam for that. But other than that, I had a great time. Still would do it again. So I did the Steamboat Geyser today and the Painted Pots Trail. I skipped the falls. So my plan is tomorrow to pick up where I left off and basically do a loop around the entirety of the park. Seeing things that I didn't get to see last time, even though the ones I saw today were things I did before, except for that river I stopped at. That was cool. On my way out, people were bathing in the river near one of the picnic areas, and I stopped there. Thought about getting in the water, but instead I just made dinner. And I was pretty tired. It's been kind of a lot of hiking today, and I'm fat and out of shape, and that means I can't fucking hang. So I did my 8 miles. Here I am for another night. Gonna offload my video and my footage and edit this first video together. So this is kind of going to be a series as I explore, and I'm going to share with you some of the sites. Last night while I was here at the campsite, I created another song. You heard that during some of the montages that I played earlier. I don't know. It's all right song. Not bad for sitting in my car fucking around. It's called Yellowstone, appropriately, since I composed it here, and it's kind of got that vibe for me. Anyway, so there's that. Tonight, I'm going to I need some coffee. Otherwise, I'm going to go to bed early. So I'm going to have some coffee, I'm going to edit my shit, and relax. And, tomorrow's yet another day. If you like my shit and you want me to make more shit, please like, subscribe, ring that motherfucking bell. And I'll keep making more shit, Also select the bell and make sure you get notified of all my shit. Because if you don't, I always get those comments, I didn't know you were back on YouTube. Well, if you'd have rung the fucking bell, and maybe Susan would have told you. Or if you'd have gone to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and signed up for my free email list, you'd have known right away, not only that I was on YouTube, but that I've been making videos for the past 6 months. I wasn't on YouTube over on Odysee. So be sure to check out Odysee in the link below if you want to catch up on all the shit I was doing when I took a break from Susan's world of fucking... I can't even come up with something. I got nothing. So, yeah. And also, on ScottTheTruckDriver.com, if you like the music you heard, I have an album out. It's called The Middle Life. Please, by all means, purchase it. It helps the channel, and it gives you a little something in return. Or, if you don't want my music and you think it sucks, you could just leave a tip in the virtual tip jar, and that helps me make more motherfucking videos, and it keeps me sustained out here on the road. So every little bit helps. And I want to thank those of you that have been more than generous supporting this whole series. Was that my stomach, or was that a bear? I heard a growl. Oh well. Guess we'll find out. Other than the drive-by elk today and some geese, I think they were, I didn't really see much in the way of wildlife, which is weird because I saw a hell of a lot more wildlife last time I came here. But to be fair, there's more people, so more people I would think equals less wildlife, except for the ones that just don't give a fuck. And there are some of those, that will rock your world. But, yeah. That's it. Have a nice motherfucking day. And shit. This was fun. Yeah, I'm having a great time out here. It went better than I could have imagined, especially the camping. I did not know that it would be this easy for me to camp for free. I thought I'd have to be stealthy and parking on the street and doing all kinds of shit. No, I'm here just fucking camping. It's cool. Freecampsites.net is the shit. And I think one of you did tell me about this place, but in a different kind of direction way. It might be the same area. I don't know. There's other campsites I know in the area. So, but I'll keep coming here till I'm done. And shit. Alright. That's it. I'm tired. I need coffee. And shit.
Bye.